Hi there. Network views help you to visualize the relationships between elements in your data. In Omniscope, we've been developing and improving the network views. I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to start with a dataset called player transfers. This contains a list of football players and transfer information. So the name, position, and age of the player, the team and league they were transferred from, the team and league they were transferred to, and the transfer fee involved. I'm going to open up a report that's connected to that data. And I'm going to click the Add View button. Now, we've got two main network visualizations or network views in Omniscope, the Dependency Wheel and the Sankey. The idea is that you start by deciding what type of visualization you want, then you configure the network structure. And later on, if you decide you want a different visualization, you can just switch to that and you don't need to reconfigure that. All of your network structure options are maintained. So I'm going to choose a dependency wheel to start with. To configure my network, I need to click the Network Options button. And I need to decide what type of network I want to visualize, either a linked network where I show links between values in two fields, or a group network where the data is broken down by a series of splits. I'm going to choose linked network in this case. I'm going to configure this network. So the first thing I'm going to choose is the fields. I want to show links between leagues, so I'm going to choose League From and League 2. I'm going to choose a link direction as Field 1 to Field 2 or League From League 2. I'm going to configure my links now by clicking on the link options. I'm going to choose the color of the link to be the League 2 and the weight of the link to be the transfer fee. So the dependency wheel that I've added here shows a series of nodes in a circle, and each node here represents a league in this case. That's how I've configured it. The size of the links represent the sum of the transfer fees involved between those transfers, and the color indicates where the transfer is going, the league the transfer is going to. So if we have a look here, this pink link here represents transfers from La Liga to Premier League. And if I click on it, the table view shows me these. So we can see the first one is Lauren going from RCD Mallorca to Arsenal. And the transfer fee involved was 10.7 million. Now I can also filter this data if I want to. So say I'm interested in goalkeepers, I can click on that and I can just look at transfers involving goalkeepers. Let's click on this link here, Serie A to Premier League, and I can see that the first record, Edwin van der Sar, was transferred from Juventus to Fulham, season 2001 to 2002 for 10.3 million. When we look at this dependency wheel, we can see there's a big inflow of transfers to the Premier League, more so than any other league, and very little transfer outflow. It's probably due to the high revenue that the Premier League generates and wealthy club owners who perhaps would be willing to outbid other clubs in both transfer fees and wages. It'll be interesting to compare trends over different seasons and to pull in other data sets such as attendance and wage data into the report to give us more help with our analysis and any conclusions that we want to make. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a group network using a different visualization, the Sankey. So we've got some eBay data here, and this shows sales that I've made in my fictional eBay store. So the category of the item, the brand, and the number of units sold. I'm going to add a Sankey view this time, and I'm going to configure a group network structure. So I want to see data broken down by a series of splits. Now it's already chosen for me category and items, which is correct. So I'm going to choose my final split, which is brand. And then the links, I'm going to show the weight of those as the units sold. And I'm going to label those showing the weight in percentage. So you can see here, this shows me the data broken down, and the bigger links are more products being sold. So in all categories, electronics is the most sold with 205, and then you can see the breakdown further. So let's look at the mobile category, and you can see 45 Apple products were sold and 39 Samsung mobiles were sold. Now, as I mentioned before, you can switch this visualization without having to reconfigure your network. So say I don't want a Sankey, I want to try a dependency wheel. I could just click on that and it will maintain that network structure as I configured it before without me having to choose those options again. So that's a brief overview of how the network views work. I hope that makes sense. Bye.